Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Nanette and I am here to budget out a veritable fortune with you guys. This is 2 paychecks worth of content plus a little bit of extra here and there. It's been, I think, 3 weeks since I was able to post. Probably goes without saying that work has been pretty intense. I am in the final countdown with 4 weeks left to go. I'm recording this on President's Day, which is a holiday, so that leaves me with 19 work days left in my career with this particular company. I will say that some of the emotions are, my emotions are all over the place. I don't think that I can do an adequate job talking about that. So what I'm going to do is focus for at least a few minutes on budgeting content. So here we are with $11,832.83 to budget. It's not necessary to go back in time and cover what didn't get budgeted in January, but I think what I'm going to do is illustrate why. So here we have $8,175.69 in January, which was made up of one paycheck. That gross pay was $7,770.84, $4.85 of cash back that did not get budgeted, and then $400 from my company towards my HSA for the year. So what's overspent is all related to payroll. For the payroll stuff, we have $1,726.55. And I think it's going to tell me the total if I do this. Let's see. And then for retirement stuff, it's $2,702.29. All of that adds up to $4,428.84. So YNAB has already reduced the amount left to or available to budget in February and even March by that $428.84. And I'm just going to kind of show you how that works in case you're interested. If you're not, you still get budgeting content. So here we are. For February, we have basically the same deductions. We just don't have the $400 contribution from the company to my HSA. So let's reset the available amounts. That's not what I want to do. Sorry, I did not get everything selected in here the way I wanted to. Now, if I reset the available amounts just for these guys, I will be left with $7,803.99. I'm curious to see if that matches what's available in March. And it does. Okay. So all of the money that has left the budget has been taken care of. So let's then go to what in February, if anything, is underfunded. We don't care about payroll. We don't care about retirement. All of those, for the most part, are going to be covered by my February paychecks. And then, okay, charitable donations. I'm going to snooze this for February so it's not asking me because I'm conflicted about it right now. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the matching contributions that are available at work. And before I make that decision, I have 19 work days, I think, left to make that decision. It's one of the things I need to confirm with HR, whether a retired person can get the matching contributions or not. So I have 1,000, I think, that was budgeted towards that. Let's go back in and look at it. Yeah, I have 1,000 already that's been allocated for that, which I likely will keep that there and then make the charitable donations, get the matching contributions, and move on. I may or may not top it up to the 5,000 mark. But where my heart is right now is, I think, in filling up as much as I can of my sinking funds. Let's see, what I want to do is cover all of my expenses in February, all of my expenses in March, top up my sinking funds as far as I can with my paychecks, and then in that last week of employment, I will make hard decisions about, the charitable contributions and other things. I really don't have the mental bandwidth to do a complete budget for all of 2026, so this is just where I'm going to focus. So for my health insurance deductibles, what do we have left here? I have $1,786.29 left. So I'm going to go ahead and top that up, finish it out. You know, I do need to go into February and see if I already put some of that out there, though. Inevitable stuff. That was health insurance. Okay, so no, I haven't budgeted anything towards it. And it should indicate, yep, I've met the target exactly. I allocated 5,000. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so go back into February, and what else can we do? Let's start with the underfunded. Home maintenance. Let's do. All right, I will go ahead and just keep this one on track. I'm not going to completely. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, I'm so fickle. Okay, so now we will go into inevitable stuff, and let's just top out what we can. All the way. So tax holding. For the year, I want $2,250. I've assigned $375. Let's go ahead and do $1,875 here. Which I guess is just a matter of, let me zero this out, and then what is it telling me I have left? 2062.5. Okay, technology, I want to top up to 750, so I'm going to do 750 minus 333.01. Solid waste and stormwater, let's see if I already put some money out there in March. I did. So for these two, I'm going to zero them out in March, and then come back into February and top them out for the year. 1851.93 to go. All right, I did overkill on that. Undo, and what did I need to do? Just the plus 1301.64. I have had too much caffeine and I'm a little hyped up here. So I also want to add 288 to the solid waste and stormwater. Those are all done for the year. Home and car insurance deductibles is already target is already met. Health insurance deductibles we just did. Clothing, does this not have a target? Oops, no, I just have multiple things selected. All right, this needs another 833.32. Did I budget? Yeah, I have a little bit budgeted in March, so let's zero that out and just top it up in January. So we're going to add the 833.32 here. Car maintenance and repairs, I'd rather keep that a monthly. So let's go one at a time down there. We just filled that one up, filled that one up. That one's already full. All of these got filled up. Tax holding got filled up. And property taxes, did I fill that one already? To go zero, so yep, I already did that one too. All right, so that covers everything but the home maintenance. And I think what I will do is for the home maintenance, let's just assign what it wants for the month of February. And let's take the remaining $478.50, and what do we want to do with that? Let's collapse everything. Go to stability, because that's kind of our long-term stuff. Keep that monthly. The yearly subscriptions, I'm not in the least bit worried about those. Christmas and gifts. Where do we stand on gifts? Putting another 1,000 in would get us there. Since I can't do the whole thing, I'm not going to do any of it. Same thing's going to happen with Christmas. So, and then we just went through all the stuff that was in inevitable stuff. Don't want to pre-fund Kizzy any more than we already have. Same with business supplies. And then resilience was future stuff. Creation. Helping hands. Let's put... Do we not have a target on here? Let's put 178.50 here. And let's add another 50 on that, so I have plenty of helping hands available. Fun stuff looks very well funded for everything I care about. Share the wealth is where I want to put the rest of this, I think. Just looking through all the other stuff. Yep, that's what I want to do. Okay, so I have now allocated out all of the money. You'll see there's nothing left for March. There's nothing left for February. If we come back into January, I was thinking, I'm a little confused here. I got to admit, I was thinking it would leave the $4,428.84 out here. Let me, all right, I just, out of curiosity, I want to see what happens if I then click the underfunded button or the reset available amounts to 0. Let's go into February and make sure, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't leave that money in the available column. Sorry, totally lost my train of thought here. It doesn't leave the money in the available column because it already deducted it from what it allowed to be budgeted in February and in March. But as a little bit of a control freak, I hate seeing 12 overspent categories, so that is the only reason that I went back in time to knock those out. And as we've illustrated here, it hasn't messed up my February and March. So not necessarily recommended, but that's kind of how things work in YNAB. What else did I want to cover today? Seafarrier asked for a video on my 2026 overall budget, which I do intend to do one at some point, but with the impending layoff that is happening, knowing that I only have 4 weeks to go. Oh, I don't know that I've mentioned it, but I've also, one of the reasons that I hadn't posted anything is my cousin has been staying with me, and so I haven't really had a time when I felt comfortable recording, that there's always somebody in the house. She and my sister have gone on a road trip, so for the rest of this week, I don't have that limitation. So if I have the mental bandwidth to do any further planning, I'll record that session. But in the meantime, I just haven't had the mental space to be able to plan beyond my last paycheck, frankly. Well, I'm not even planning that, to be honest with you. So we sit here with what do I have left? I've done my first February paycheck. I'll get my last February paycheck. First week of March, I will get the bonus check for 2025. And then the second week of March, I will get my last paycheck ever, which would be my first paycheck in March. And that will be a full paycheck. And that's it. That's all I have left. So with, it's kind of, I'm having this weird experience in my mind where that's kind of the last thing that I ever need to budget, which is not true, obviously, because I do plan to live beyond March 14th. But that's as far as I'm taking any of my plans within YNAB right now. Then I will get my severance pay, and we will, I get to figure out what I'm going to do with the severance pay. At this moment in time, I think a large portion of the severance pay will be booked into the sabbatical fund, which is effectively my emergency fund, income replacement fund, however you want to look at it, but sabbatical feels really, really nice. So I will take it from 6 months worth of expenses to, I'm hoping, and I haven't even done all the math on this, but to take that from 6 months to as much as 18 or 24 months, and also have money left over for investments and blah, 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 whatever it is I want to do. So that's part of the reasoning behind why I want to max out all of the sinking funds with my paychecks. And it doesn't necessarily make sense to anybody but me, but that's the things that are going on in my head. And it's going to be interesting to switch from a saving mode to a spending mode. So I plan to share that experience with you guys. But anyhow, I have rattled on far too much here. Thanks so much if you're still hanging in here. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Really appreciate you being here with me and sharing this experience. If you have any questions, any comments, you know what to do. If you like this kind of content, certainly like and subscribe so that you can see the next video that I post, which hopefully won't be another 3 weeks from now. Hopefully, I will post later this week. You know what? I say that in every video, so dial that back. I'm not going to post later this week. I'm not going to commit to it anyway. All right, enough from me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.